Welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to be taking a look at the We Are a Memory Keepers tab punch board. Now I recently just got this and I wanted to give it a try because I like to be able to make my own tabs instead of having to buy tabs all the time. And so I thought I would give it a try. One of the things that I wanted to do is I have this little notebook that I made, and if you can see, this goes beyond the paper, so I thought if I could put a tab in it and then cut it, and then that way it would just be one instead of having to fold a tab on it or glue a tab on it, although you can do that as well. So one of the things is that you'll note on here, so this is the tab puncher, and then this little thing here comes out and you can put it here so that you can put your paper up against that. This says quarter pounder, it looks like, and then this is side tab, center tabs, and then over here there is a large, medium, and small. This is your little cutter board. And then this comes inside of there and it has a little cutter on it. I have my own cutter, which I probably will need if I do this big long paper, but if you're just doing a small tab, that works perfectly well. All right, so let's see. I want to try just a regular piece of paper first to see how it cuts. So I'm just going to stick it in there, push on it. And there is the first cut. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And then that's the first cut. So then if I wanted to do like a small, medium, or large, I'm going to cut that so that I can do the other side. Because if I just do like this, it's just going to be one humongous one. So okay, so I went ahead and cut that down with my other paper trimmer. And I do use a fur bond, so I've seen a lot of people use these. I got it at Amazon. The reason I got that is because they have the replacement cutters that go with it. So I didn't want to be digging around for a cutter. Okay, so I cut this super small. But anyway, just so you can get the picture, I've turned it around. And let's see, I want to make sure it's straight. And I'm going to punch it, and there you go. So it depends on what size that you want or don't want. And again, that was just kind of a extra piece of paper. So let me see if I can make a little bit of a bigger one. All right, so I cut this at 2 inches to give it a try. So we're going to do one side. And I'm going to line up the second side. Actually, this fits right to the medium. So 2 inches medium. And I'm going to punch it on that side. And that is actually a nice size. So one of the things I wanted to make sure is that if I write on here, I have enough room to do that. So that's one of the ways you could do it. Then the other thing also that I wanted to try was if you're going to fold them in half, and then you would punch so that you can put it on your paper this way. So I'm not measuring anything, guys. I'm just giving this a try. I'm not really measuring anything. So I'm just going to cut it on my big board. It's just easier. Okay, I've got it cut out. So again, I just cut it at whatever. That looked kind of decent for a tab. So I'm going to want to put it on my paper like this, right? So I'm going to want the tab piece up here. So we're going to go ahead and give this a try. And this comes out to around a small, actually. And then I'm going to cut this side. Let's see how this works out. I may not have made it, wide enough. Okay, so you can see there was a little bit left over right there. And so maybe I would cut this part off. So I just stuck it in here. Let's see how this works out. So I stuck this little tab here into here, and then I'm just gonna come across and cut it, and let's see what that does. Again, it left a little bit, and we could get our scissors, but that's not too bad. So if I wanted to put that onto my page, it would look like that. So not too bad. So I kind of like that. So what I was thinking, also all of your scraps will come out at the bottom. So that's where these are here. So I'm just going to put those to the side. So what I was thinking here was that I would make a tab up here towards the top, and then I would cut the rest of this down so that it would kind of be even with the paper that's in here, and then the tab would stick out. That's the idea anyway. This is a little medical journal actually I made for myself. These little binders, I want to think Walmart, I think they were like 3 something, like close to 3, between 3 and 4. I think it was closer to 4. So I bought a couple of these because you can get these like on Amazon and stuff like that, but they're really, really expensive. So I just went to Walmart and I got this one for like medical records, and I just kind of made my own thing. These are really neat to have, so I thought, you know, I would give that a try. So I'm going to line up the first side. So it's going to go in like this. I'm going to just roll that down. Okay, it's going to go in like this. So I'm going to turn it here. I'm going to do my first one. Okay. You know, maybe this will work. I don't know. All right, then I'm going to turn it over and gonna line it up with the medium. I feel like the medium is probably plenty of room, and I'm gonna punch it. Okay, so now we have our cut. So I'm going to take my large fur bond, and I'm going to cut it. That's about where it should be. And let's just see what it did. So let's check it out. See how it did. Sorry guys, I have a very small working space here. So I don't like it. See how small it is here? If I would have, I probably could have come down this way, but the problem is that when it tabs out the other side, I'm just going to throw anything in here. When it tabs out the other side, it makes this big long tab space. So see, if it only made like this part, I could cut it up here, but it's making like a big hole there. So even on this little board that came with it, you can see the same thing. See how it does this notch and then this notch and then this goes across. So I feel like you would have to make this bigger. It doesn't quite cover the paper, and I really wanted it to cover the paper, so I will have to cut new ones. Anyway, that does show you anyway how to use it, and so you can use it that way. You can use it like this and put your, you can cut this out and then put your tab like this and just have it like that. This other side is white. You could do that. Or you can do the folded one. Also, I'm sure there's many ways that you can use this, but you can do it that way as well. And then if you wanted to do a larger one, so let's just do a larger one. This isn't going to be real thick or anything, but we'll do that. And then to do the large one, I'm going to take this out so we can see how big it looks like. I'm going to match this up with the large, and then I'm just going to punch. And that is basically going to be your large size. And do small. And so that's going to be your smaller size. And let's take a look at corner rounding, because I haven't used that yet. So you can see that's going to go up against here. Oh, look at that. So that's exactly what my corner rounder does. Although it does do, I'm going to see if I put it in this. Perfect. Look at that. Now, my corner rounder does have different sizes, but that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's my idea for this. I love this little board. I think I got it at Amazon for, did I get this at Amazon? Yeah, I think I got it at Amazon for $21.99 or something like that. I did look at Michael's because sometimes they have those coupons, and if they do have the coupon, you might be able to get it cheaper, but my store didn't have it. And a lot of times the coupons you have to use online, and then you can go pick it up at the store, or you have to ship it, which means you have to have so much in your order to ship it, like 50 bucks, 75 bucks, whatever it is. And I didn't want to do that, so I ended up just buying it from Amazon. So it's a handy little tool, and I really like it. So let me know what you think. If you have one, let me know if you have any tips and tricks. Love to hear that. Thank you for spending time with me, and don't forget, like and subscribe.